What's going on, YouTube? Today I'm going to show you how to make pine resin soap. If you're looking for pine tar soap, this is not the video for you. There's a ton of videos out there that describe how to make pine tar soap, and I think it really originally started from people using Grandpa's pine tar soap. It's a great soap. It has a very unique scent to it. It doesn't have that piney scent. So what I wanted to do is do something that's a little bit more closer to that pine tree forest scent. So what I'm going to be doing is using organic Pinon pine refined resin. Now this stuff is really great. I use it for mustache waxes and it's really sticky. It really helps tame your beard hairs, and it's really nice actually. And it has like a tree smell to it, almost like if you are helping your dad out in the yard and you're cutting a bunch of branches and you're cutting down a tree, and when the branches get close to you, you almost smell that tree smell. Well, this is what this smells like. It is nothing like the pine tar soap, so that's why I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to make something that would smell a little bit more closer to pine. So let's get started. So to start this recipe, pine resin soap, I'm going to start with olive oil. Now the olive oil, I'm going to use 510 grams of olive oil. This is organic olive oil. It's cold pressed, so let's give this a shot. 510 grams. And what I'm going to be doing is just putting my oils together. So 510. So we don't have 510 grams of olive oil. We have 284 grams of olive oil. So what I'm going to be doing is 284 grams. And I'm going to add something else on here. So to reach that 510, I'm going to add, let's see what I have. I think I know what I'm going to add. I'm going to add hemp seed oil. So what's up, guys? I'm continuing my DIY here with pine resin soap. So it turns out that I didn't have enough olive oil. I only have 285 grams of olive oil and I needed 510. So what I'm going to do is add organic hemp oil. It's a great oil, so shouldn't worry about that. So let's reach that 510 mark. And there we go. We got 510 grams here. So this is really taking up a lot of my my oil, so hopefully this really comes out nice. I'm really hoping for that. So as you can see, I'm almost filled up my my bowl here. It's a stainless steel bowl. So let's continue with the recipe. Now we need 213 grams of coconut oil. Hopefully I have enough here. So let's alright, so here we are at this part where I measured out the lye. I have the water here. So let me just get this straight. I have 286 grams of water, distilled water. It's somewhat cold. And I have 108 grams of lye. In this water, I have about a teaspoon of salt that helps when you pour the soap into the mold, the soap will just glide off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the lye into the soap mixture and, you know, see what happens. I mean, let's give it a shot. Actually, you know what? Let's get ourselves a spatula of some sort. Alright, so here we go. Now we have our water and we have our lye. So what I'm going to do now is incorporate the lye into the water. I have 286 grams of cold distilled water. I put a teaspoon of salt in here. And what we're going to do now is add the lye on here, 108 grams. So here we go. So once that's in there, give it a stir here. Wow, you can definitely feel that heat. Oh my god.
Where's the baby?
So what I did is I mixed the lye and the water together, and I had my face right over the pot, and the fumes just went straight up into my nostrils. It was really almost like choking. I was choking. So I put the lye and the water to the side. I have the temperature. It's at 140. So I'm going to wait till it cools down a little bit. I'm going to soften up the pine resin here. Oh my god, that was strong. And I breathed it in. It's nasty. So now that my oils are fully melted, I got my lye and my water set to the side. So that's cooling down. Right now I have the lye water at about 106 degrees, so I want to wait until it really cools down, room temperature. I have my oils here. They're already fully melted. I got my pine resin here. So my pine resin here, I have one full complete container. It is a 2 ounce container here. So what I'm going to do is get this incorporated into the oils. As you can see, it's very thick. Trying to get this all in there. So it's very sticky. Really sticky, this stuff. It hardens almost instantly, as you can see. So I'm going to try to get as much as I can into the oil. And whatever hardens up, I'm just going to put right back into the pot to, you know, melt down a little bit more. So, see, as you can see, it's already starting to get solidified. So that goes right back into there. I'm going to just put as much as I can into the oil. It's really tough. So that's going in there. I feel the pine resin right in the bottom, so I really need to make sure that it gets fully incorporated. It gets really just look at this glob of pine resin. Oh wow, I wish you guys can smell it. It smells so good. I'm going to increase the heat a little bit, this way I can get the pine resin fully melted. That's really important. So It's very, very clumpy at this point. As you can see, this is a big glob of pine resin. So all this will get melted, it'll get incorporated, and hopefully this is going to be, you know, done in time, because this is going to cool down quite quickly. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks. So what I'm going to do is make sure it's all incorporated. Nothing too crazy. I'll make sure that pine resin and shea butter's all mixed. This also kind of helps it to cool down a little bit. So while that is cooling down, we will take a little break, because what we want to do now is make sure that this cools down, like I said, and see all those bubbles? All those bubbles need to go away. Hopefully after a while it'll start to cool down, and hopefully nothing solidifies. I mean, once again, like I said, I mean, this has pine resin, it has coconut oil, it has shea butter. Those three ingredients actually harden over time. So I'm going to get this to about 90 degrees. Once it gets to 90 degrees, I will incorporate this into the lye solution. Right now it's at 170. So we really need to make sure that this is this cools down quite a bit, and hopefully those bubbles will go away. Stay tuned. As you can see, it looks like it was a complete fail. Take a look here. As soon as I incorporated the oils into the lye and water solution, it started looking alright. It started looking nice and creamy, started thickening up. Then I noticed that it started to get a little clumpy, and it got even more clumpy and more gritty. And this is the end result. As you can see, it became completely gritty, almost like pumpkin pie puree. Not even that, even more grittier than that. As you can see, I tried emulsifying it with my stick blender, and it just didn't do anything. Maybe I should have used the stick blender as it was mixing, but I mean, I still have it in the mold, so I'll see what happens in